Hey everyone, it is Liz and I'm back. Happy New Year. I can't believe it's 2023. And I'm here to do the Earth Sign Collective reading for the month ahead for January 2023. And so today, and the Earth Sign Collective, by the way, would be Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus, okay? And today I was sent a brand new deck from DeBry Publishing. They periodically will send me tarot decks to review and to work with. And so this is called the Guiding Light Tarot. It's a lovely tarot deck. The packaging is quite lovely, and you open it from the side, so it opens this way, okay? And it's got some really pretty silver rainbow coloring here, and the inside is the box where the cards go, and also you've got a really decent tarot guidebook. You know, sometimes you buy a tarot deck and the guidebooks really aren't that great. This is a nice one. Okay, so Earth Signs, here we go. This is your monthly reading. So we're starting with the recent past, so it does indicate in your recent past with the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, this is the Seven of Pentacles is a card of it's working and being patient, you know, doing the task, knowing that you need to do everything with detail and with patience. And, you know, it's like when you look at a Seven of Pentacles tarot card and someone's, you know, they're watering their garden. So essentially this is you guys working on yourselves in the last few months, perhaps working on a skill, perfecting a skill, or with the clarification card here, we have this Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles, by clarifying it, it looks to me like a lot of you earth signs have been working on a couple of different things in the recent past. Perfecting your skills. Perhaps some of you have been saving money or taking that money and investing it finally. A lot of you may have been investing your time and your effort and perhaps even your money into your business, your career, your family, you know, investments that I believe, because you guys may have been patient, some of you may have been really patient and diligent, because most earth signs I know are very diligent, hardworking people. It feels like in the last couple of months or so, it's been somewhat rewarding. So you've done the work and you've seen your accomplishments. I hope that makes sense. Moving into your current vibration where you guys are right now, we've got this Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands, it's a fiery vibration. It means that currently you may be very busy. You may have a lot going on. You could have a lot of people contacting you, important messages coming in, receiving phone calls, texts, you name it. A lot of different people reaching out to you. Can be good news. It just depends on the circumstances. You have the Eight of Swords clarifying it. Now, this is interesting because 8 is a number of karma. And because the Eight of Swords is a vibration of woe is me, poor me, why does this always happen to me? It's that the Eight of Swords I call the victim mode mentality card, because a lot of times people will martyr themselves, or they'll say, oh, you know, I've done so much for so-and-so, or I just keep doing so much for this particular person. And it's almost like they want everybody to know that they're just so amazing and awesome, which I get. But on the other side of that is, what is that person looking for? Do they need validation? Do they want everybody to know? I mean, when I look at this situation with you guys, a lot of your earth signs are very busy, running around, doing your thing. On the other side of this is this. Now, again, I don't know, this is not all of you, but a lot of you might be feeling a little bit like, why me? Why do I have to take on everything? Why is it my responsibility? And you need to kind of look at that and ask yourself, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. No one's forcing you to. And if you find yourself in a situation where you feel like you're not being appreciated, then speak up. You know, if you don't speak up, then if you don't say anything, then no one's going to know. So if you want to be acknowledged, then let people know, you know, instead of the passive aggressive stuff, which I know sometimes it happens, you know, so I hope that makes sense. I've been there. So moving into your immediate future, we have this Four of Swords vibration. So for the Earth Sign Collective, with the Four of Swords is a, you know, it's like the calm before the storm. You know, the Four of Swords is a need to recalibrate, if you will, so that you can get yourself back out there and do what you need to do to live your life, right? So that's the Four of Swords in your immediate future, clarified by the Nine of Swords. Again, I kind of feel like that's the card. The Nine of Swords it's anxiety, it's stress. I kind of feel like some of you earth signs in your immediate future have a tendency to take on too much, because why? I mean, why not? You're either the person in the family or the person in your community or in your circle of friends that just takes responsibility for everything and does everything. This other vibration here, clarifying, we've got this Nine of Swords, this Nine of Swords, clarifying the Four of Swords means that you want to rest because you're not sleeping. It's a vicious cycle. And the thing is, if you keep doing that same thing and not changing something in your behavior, this is just a vicious cycle. So my advice with the cards here is to give yourself a break. And with that Nine of Swords, if you're feeling anxious or overwhelmed, you really need to take a step back and look at what is causing all the stress and maybe find a way to decompress a little bit more, because this is the life that you're living. And I feel like a lot of you earth signs are really good at taking care of people, but you got to take care of yourself too. Okay. As far as moving into the activation vibration here, best course of action, we've got this Ten of Wands. Now, the Ten of Wands is a card, they call it oppression. It's also a feeling, as far as activation is concerned, I kind of get this feeling with you that you guys have a tendency, once again, here with the activation, is to show that you are fully committed. I'm fully committed to my job. I'm fully committed to my family. I'm fully committed to this project, okay? So I get that you guys are hardworking, diligent workers, but I have this feeling here with activation. You need to do this for yourself, too, and you need to pay attention to the commitments that you're making, because you do have the clarification card of the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords are new ideas that are coming in, new ways of thinking, something like a new way to communicate. So I do feel like, as far as activation is concerned for you earth signs, it's interesting because you had that Four of Swords right before the Ten of Wands. So it kind of feels like you needed to kind of, again, recalibrate, and rest, because you're coming into this energy of activation this month where you're taking on a lot and you're very busy. But it does feel like with the Ace of Swords, you're being, what's that word? You're being, you're choosing what to commit to. You're being mindful. You're more aware. I know there's a word for that and I can't think of it right now. Forgive me. But you're far more aware of the decisions that you're making and the commitments that you're making. And I think it's important because a lot of you may have found yourselves like caged in, locked into something that was just overwhelming and too much. Okay. And we have a tendency to overcommit ourselves sometimes. These things happen. When it rains, it pours, right? Moving into, let's see, outside influences for the month of January 2023, we have this Page of Pentacles. Pages are offers. They can be offers, they can be young children, or a person who has a young mode of thinking, if you will. So this Page of Pentacles it feels to me like some of you earth signs have done a lot of work to kind of, put the breadcrumbs out there, kind of spread the word that I'm available for this, I'm available for that, I can do this, I can do that. So it feels to me with, this Page of Pentacles vibration, you've got people around you that are saying, well, he can do this, she can do that, they can contribute this way. So we know what they can contribute. But then you've got the clarification of the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is this vibration of choosing not to move, choosing not to make a decision. So it feels like for some of you earth signs out there with that Page of Pentacles that there's someone around you who's really motivating you or really wants to either work with you or help you or contribute in some way. But the Two of Swords is you're either deliberately being evasive or you're deliberately just, choosing not to decide. It just kind of feels like there's someone waiting for you to make a decision. So when it rains, it pours, but you don't want to keep people waiting either. So it does feel like there's someone waiting, like maybe making you an offer, whether it's a job offer or a way to make money, whatever this is. You don't want to avoid it, because eventually it comes back and it's going to demand something, an answer. So moving into your hopes and your fears for the month of January, this is kind of, I've been reading a long time, and I always wondered when I was younger, what is this hopes and fears? Like, what is this? So the hopes and fears is this vibration that comes in throughout the month, whether we're hopeful or whether we're just thinking, oh, shoot, I don't want that to happen either. So with the hopes and fears, you've got this 5 of Cups. And that's, I think for a lot of you Earth signs, that's the card. I think a lot of you Earth signs have a big fear of letting people down, because you know what it's like to be let down. It sucks. So it kind of feels like your biggest fear is that you've let someone down. Really. I don't want to let anybody down. That's the vibe. And I think that for a lot of you Earth signs, it's important to recognize that you do contribute an awful lot. And I think most of you, well, maybe not most of you, but a lot of you are aware, how much you bring to the table. And there may be some that just feel, like I said earlier in the reading, maybe you're feeling unappreciated, because that's the 5 of Pentacles, And then we've got the clarification card of this King of Pentacles. So there's a lot of earth here with so I think that some of you are really hoping with the King of Pentacles vibration is to not let yourself down, because that King of Pentacles is the father. He's the caretaker. He's responsible for the money. He's committed. He's reliable. He's all of those things that you guys want to present to the world. So I kind of feel like, you guys are going to be just fine, even with all the stress that is around you. And remember, a lot of this stress, a lot of this feeling of being overwhelmed is brought on by you taking on too much. So I just want you to remember that, because the outcome here is this beautiful Queen of Pentacles. That's your card, the Queen of Pentacles. Look at her. She's a very beautiful, confident, righteous woman. Okay? She's beautiful. She's creative. She's artistic. She can do everything, but she does it at her own pace. The Queen of Wands is resilient. She's the go-getter. She's that fiery vibration that everybody wants to be and get to know, so she's an exciting vibration. So it does feel like, with this, Queen of Pentacles, this, it's earthy vibration. I see fire here, but I see earth. The thing about the Queen of Pentacles, and forgive me for repeating myself, but she's also like the Queen of Wands, but the Queen of Pentacles is also confident, very self-confident, very responsible, very resilient, reliable, and again, they know their style. Most Earth signs I know are very stylish in their own way. And it does feel like that by the end of this month, you've got this Hierophant clarifying her. And the Hierophant is about, following a set of rules, but it's also about fitting into that group. And I think that for a lot of you Earth signs out there, you're kind of coming into your own here. Some of you may decide to take a class, go back to school. Some of you may be the teachers, or the ones leading the class. Some of you may decide to get back into a place where you're exercising more, or you're doing something more with other people. But I feel like most of you Earth signs, maybe not all of you, but a lot of you have a lot of people in your lives that you spend time with. And I think you like that. So it does feel like by the end of this month, you're doing more for yourself. You're enjoying your life by the end of this month. The Queen of Pentacles is, again, she's the queen of everything. She's the one who, she can cook, she can clean, she can run a business, she can take care of her family, and she can still get in a nap when she needs it. So it does feel like you guys are kind of coming into your own by the end of the month. And even though there's this tendency to take on too much, be aware of that and don't overwhelm yourself. So I do hope this was an interesting reading. I hope it was helpful. It's good to be back, and I have openings available. So if any of you want to book a reading, I will post my appointment link here, and I will see you guys soon. And if you have any questions, you can message me. I'll leave my email address below as well. All right, blessings to all. Happy New Year.